Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Apologies for this. Being delayed again. The stream. I was supposed to be here earlier. Um, Major apologies. It's the Wi-Fi again. I'm afraid, guys. Having issues. It's slow as anything, and whatever else. So I'm just obviously going to have to get onto them. This isn't good enough. Obviously, I've done all this happened yesterday when I was. What was it, yesterday or the day before, when I done my 150 plus subscribers? I think that was yesterday. Yeah, it's all gone a bit quick, but I believe that was yesterday anyway. When I needed it, especially for that, it fucked up, and the same now. It's going slow as anything. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll stay on here. It'll all be good, and I'll get through this stream. This is more transfer news, well, as such, more about Wissa this time. Nothing else, nobody else, other players coming in at the moment. It's no more with that. Obviously, the Hutchinson saga rumbles on, but it looks like now he may go to Inter Milan, possibly. They're in for him. So he might not even come here, and that I'm not so bothered about that. If we don't get Hutchinson. But, I think my Ada myself would be the better buy if we get him from Celtic. But I don't know. It's grumbling on. It'll go on for a while. Transfer window's open for a fair while longer, as we know, till the end of the month. So, there's a long way to go. But mainly at the moment, it's Johan Wissa. And he's back in training. Could he actually be staying, guys? That's the thing now. Could he actually be staying here? Because all that, contrasting articles all saying one thing and another, saying he went on strike, saying he done this, saying he done that. He walked out, he did obviously walk out of the Portugal training camp, but that was to come back and hold talks with either obviously the manager and probably the owners or whatever, chairman and all that, I guess. And it was revealed that he's obviously talking about his future. Whether he still wants to be here or not, obviously, I guess he still maybe doesn't want to be here, but he's happy to maybe have another year, possibly another season, because it doesn't look to me like he's going to go to Newcastle, because they're not going to pay the 40-odd mil. Obviously, we want 40 mil for him, and I can't see that actually happening. So it looks like he's going to be here for another season at least, I would say. He's back in training. If he's, obviously, they might have talked him round a bit to at least get in another season, seeing what he'll do, can produce another season, can do well, get his head down, get back on and come back and play well for us and keep scoring goals. So I hope he does that. He's a professional, so he should. Let's hope he does, and, fingers crossed. Because I think we got him for at least one more season and he gets a few goals. Well, that really helps us. And then also it helps us to find a replacement as well. Because we got to do a lot. It'd have to be a lot of work to get a replacement in if he goes anytime soon. And, I think maybe they've sort of tied him down a bit, got him, because obviously his head was all over the place with all this, with Newcastle. And when you get big clubs coming in for you, it's difficult. The head's turned and they feel like, well, look, they want me. I've got a chance of winning something somewhere, probably more of a chance than maybe here. Although I think we could still win something. and I think we will eventually. It's a long-term project here. It depends if you want to be in it for the long haul and feel that we're going to get somewhere. There is ambition here to win something, which I think there is, and I still think there's ambition to maybe even get Europe still. Probably not this season, and maybe not a trophy this season with Andrews just taking charge. It's probably not possible this season, but then again, you can't count it out. You just never know. A ball hasn't been kicked yet in the new season. Hasn't been kicked, Premier season or anything like that, or other trophies, tournaments, whatever. So, let's wait and find out. Because we could still do something, just because we're written off, we could, be in trouble, struggle, talk about going down, but that's not us saying that. That's other people, so-called experts are saying that we're going down. But they don't know. They don't know nothing. Nothing started yet. The ball hasn't been kicked. So, let's wait and see. I think we still got enough to stay up. I really do. We might be in bottom half. It's possible. I'm thinking about maybe at least 13th, 14th, maybe. Something like that. I don't think we'll be as further down than as people think. I don't think we'll be right down in that bottom 5 or whatever. That ain't going to happen. I really don't think that. People are saying, yeah, we're candidates to go down, but you can say that about a lot of teams. Come on, just because we've got new management, it was always going to happen. When Frank left, whenever it's going to be, we knew we'd get all this trouble. We knew. And then other players, Bramo, he was always going to go. Eventually, Norgard, and even Wissa maybe now. But, you've got to be prepared. You've got to be, ready for it. Pardon me. You've got to have contingency plans. And we sort of have. We have got them. We are looking. We're looking for replacements. We're trying to get somebody in for Bramo now, obviously. So, and we probably will for Wissa if he does end up going. But I think for now, for me, what I can read from this, is I think he wants to maybe get back and play. I think he's been sat down, or maybe he doesn't still obviously want to stay here for too much longer. Maybe we might have got him to sit down and say, look, well, you can have one more, at least get one more season, try and get through one more season, play your best, play to your very best and your highest ability, and get a few goals. And then obviously maybe next season you can go. That's my reading of this. I think, but a lot has been said, and Keith Andrews came out saying he was never on strike. And that's what I can well believe that he wasn't, because, papers sensationalise things and make things up and say this to get bigger stories, but, more people talking and more opinion, they make shit up. And that's what I think's happened here. I really do. But I'll bring this article up here, and got 1 or 2 or 3 even articles. This one, right, I'll go into this. This is obviously from goal.com. And here we go. Hold on. See if I can get rid of this thing. I can't. Oh, well. Johan Vissa's back. Newcastle dealt another blow in striker pursuit as Brentford forward ends strike and rejoins training, but he wasn't even on strike, apparently. So, that's already could you believe what he's saying here? He rejoins end strike and rejoins. So he wasn't actually on strike to begin with. So I think they're saying he was actually already started training. Probably liked training to begin with, and now he's got into it a lot more. So for me, this is a load of bollocks sometimes, what you read. And anyway, so Johan Wissa has rejoined Brentford's pre-season training amid strong transfer interest from Newcastle United. The Magpies have been linked with a move for Wissa, but the Bees had made it clear they won't sell the forward for less than 40 million. Brentford have already sold Brian Bramo to Manchester United, are thus reluctant to let another first-team star leave. Wissa back in Brentford training. Newcastle doubt another transfer blow. Magpies remain interested in Sesko. Well, we know pretty much United are getting him, actually. It looks like it's been agreed. A fee, and he's going there to Man United. So obviously that's not happening with Newcastle. So no doubt they probably will turn back to Wissa, I would say. And we'll probably have to pay the 40 mil. So why can they not do that? And they'll have him. So I don't get it. Well, they can't pay. It's the same as Man United with Bramo. It's exactly the same thing. So, yeah, they're playing silly buggers like Man United were with Bramo. What happened? Brentford shared photographs from a pre-season session where Wissa can be seen training hard with his teammates. There you go. At one point, the striker had threatened to go on a strike as he was desperate to leave the club in search of Champions League football. But we now know he didn't, and he was never going to go on strike. So, did he actually even say that to begin with? He was going to go on strike. I don't think he did. And they're showing him in training. So he didn't really want to go on strike then, did he? There's nothing about a strike. So that's a load of shit, I think. I really do. It's a load of BS. The bigger picture. Newcastle, who are looking to strengthen their attack after returning to the Champions League this year, were strongly interested in signing Wissa, although Brentford made it clear that they were reluctant to part ways with another first-team star after Bramo's transfer to Manchester United. The Bees were eyeing a move for Celtic's Daizan Maeda as a possible replacement for Wissa. So yeah, no doubt we're going for him if Wissa goes. I know that's for sure. We're definitely in for trying to get Maeda, and I think we should get him anyway because I think he's a superb player. Daizan Maeda, and then at least we have got him here. Say if Wissa were to go, say if Newcastle were to pay 40 mil, and he goes. Well, we've already got the replacement. We've got the ready-made replacement here in Maeda. So I'd rather us do that and have another contingency plan and get somebody else in ready in case. Right. Did you know with a 28-year-old attacker unlikely to leave Brentford, Newcastle are still pursuing a move for Benjamin Sesko? Well, they're not now. Man United have got him. Although he faced stiff competition from Manchester United for the RB Leipzig striker, and he's gone there. So that's it. What next? Brentford will be next seen in action on August the 8th as they host Borussia Mönchengladbach in their final pre-season friendly before the new Premier League campaign, which is obviously this Saturday. We're playing them, and I'll talk about that in a little while. I might put that on here, but I think it'd be the same as I'm going to do it on our website. And there's something about it on there, obviously, but let's just see. what the preview is here. Yeah. We've lost only one, and that was obviously in the Premier of our last, is that 5 games? Yeah, 5 games. Lost to Fulham, of course, 3-2. So we're unbeaten otherwise. Only not conceding many either. I think we've conceded, 4 goals out of the last 5 games, 4 goals. And we scored, actually we conceded 5. 5. Conceded 5 and scored 6. We scored 6, so it's not bad. Borussia, they've lost only 1 as well out of their last 5. They beat some team here 14-2. I hope they wouldn't do that to us. I hope not. They're a team called SV Glean. I've never heard of them. And we're not as bad as them, surely. Come on. They beat another team 3-0. They lost to Metalist 1925, 3-1. They beat Nuremberg 2-0 and beat Valencia 2-0. So it won't be easy, you would say. I don't think they'd be giving us a 14-goal walloping, I hope. I wouldn't have thought so. Let's see anything else there. Not really as such. I've got it all on the actual Brentford website, so I'll go to that on there. But I'll continue more obviously about Wissa here. Another article here. And so go to this one, and Brentford forward returns to training as transfer talks with Newcastle continue. Yeah. Johan Wissa returned to Brentford training this week, a development confirmed by the club via a post on X. For Brentford fans, the sight of Wissa back in the fold offers reassurance, though it comes laced with intrigue and uncertainty. Vissa's return after missed friendly. Brentford squad was granted Monday off following their 1-0 pre-season friendly win. I've just got to get this off here. 1-0 pre-season friendly win against QPR at Loftus Road. Notably absent from the matchday squad was Wissa, who according to head coach Keith Andrews was not quite ready for selection. His head was turned, he was all over the place. I think that's what it was. He was not because he didn't really want to play in training. He just wasn't mentally ready. His absence came after he missed parts of Brentford's pre-season training camp in Portugal due to ongoing discussions about his future. Despite that disruption, Andrews clarified that Wissa had resumed training late last week ahead of the QPR fixture and is expected to continue integrating fully this week. The forward's reintegration comes at a crucial time as the club navigates the final weeks of the transfer window, with more questions than answers. Newcastle interest fuels unrest. Wissa is reportedly keen on a move to Newcastle, a desire that has introduced tension into his relationship with Brentford. The West London club, however, remain resistant, having already sanctioned the £71 million sale of Brian Bramo to Manchester United earlier this summer. Brentford are reluctant to lose another key attacking figure without securing a replacement. It is widely reported that Brentford have no immediate intention of selling Wissa, prioritising squad stability over short-term gain. This impasse may not hold indefinitely. The club could revisit their stance later in the window should a suitable replacement be acquired. Transfer plans hinge on reinforcements. Brentford's refusal to part with Wissa now is rooted in pragmatic squad planning. The club have yet to replace Bramo, whose departure left a sizable hole in the attacking third. Amari Hutchinson has emerged as Brentford's primary target to fill that void, but no deal has been completed. Beyond Hutchinson, Brentford are also active in the market for another forward, underscoring the urgency to bolster their attacking options before entertaining any bids for Wissa. Their cautious approach highlights a broader trend among Premier League clubs. The need to manage player ambition with squad depth, particularly when European qualification ambitions hang in the balance. Vissa's return to training may quell immediate concerns, but the story is far from over for now. Brentford have their forward back on the pitch, but whether he remains there beyond August remains uncertain. Yeah. So still a little bit of uncertainty, yes. But other than that, I think it's good. It's good news for us. Because he's back there and he's back training. He looks like he's going to put the hard yards in a bit. Going to try and get back to playing, which is good, which is what I want. We want that. And if he goes, he still goes. It could still happen. But while he's here, let's see if he can still carry on and play and get some goals and be positive with this. So, you know, it's a good thing, really, that if he can get his head down and get back to playing. You know, it's hard because his head was everywhere, obviously. His head was at Newcastle at one stage. Yeah, be up to you, Warren. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I'm sorry I'm late, mate. No, it's no problem, mate. No problem. No worries. I ain't long got on here myself because I had issues with the Wi-Fi again. So I'm later than I wanted to be. Wanted to be on here at 12:30. Well, originally 12. And now I've ended up getting on here by, after 1 o'clock. So, not great. But anyway, I think this stuff with him might rumble on a bit longer, but I hope after the talks he's had, he gets his head down now and says, look, I'm going to stay here for a while longer maybe. I'll give my best, my all for the team while I'm still here. And whatever happens, happens. He's ready for it. We're braced for it, ready to move for maybe Maeda or someone else. You know, ready for whatever happens, really. The contingencies are there. But I think for now it looks good if he stays and puts it all in for us. And, no doubt he could give it all for this season, say, and go next season. He'll still be 29. He's still relatively young. And he's got another good season from him. If he scores a lot, if he gets near 19 again, or maybe slightly less, it'd still be good. And if Newcastle get him next season, it'd be amazing. But for now, he's a B's player. He's back in training. A lot of that was said you can't believe was a load of BS. The striking, he wasn't on strike. All that. He wasn't mentally ready. That's what Keith Andrews was saying. Why he didn't play in those friendlies and stuff. Because it is hard. It is hard once another bigger team, allegedly bigger team, comes in. Your head gets turned. And it was turned a massive amount, his head, I'm afraid. And obviously he's tried to come to terms with it that it may not happen now at the moment. He's got to come back to play here and carry on. And to a lot of people, it seems like he's caused a load of shit. To me as well. I thought that, and I've got to apologise 100% to him. If this was really bad and he wasn't actually going to strike, and he was just had mentally not ready, then I apologise to him. I apologise to you, Johan. I know I was one that wanted you to, well, probably rot in the reserves or something, or just fucking go anyway. But, you know, and I was so pissed off with what you were doing. But it seems to me that really, you know, your head was elsewhere, but you wanted to play, you wanted to come back, were still training. The Wissa thing is great news for the Bees, yeah. It is, mate, it is. As I say, I think a lot of what was said was sensationalism by the newspapers. You know, to get people talking, get people, you know, even more shit against the Bees, trying to get them to. I'm not saying they got anything against us, but it kind of making it worse for us that when we've already got shit to deal with, we lost the manager, getting a new manager in, new backroom staff, sorting the backroom staff out, losing big players like Bramo, Norgard, and so forth. You know, we've had to deal with everything so much. You know, it's a transition period that the Bees are going through. And it's hard. It's going to be a tough season for us. And we don't need any more shit happening, really. And this has kind of added to it, really. But then I still think, as I say, I think Wissa is trying to get his head back into it with us. And I hope he does, you know, if he has to stay another season, I hope he does. And I hope he still gives his all. Although I still have a feeling Newcastle will come back in and may have to pay the 40 mil or whatever. So, because they're not getting anyone else. Sesko has gone to Man United. If they can't find anyone else, then they come back for him, I think. So, that's what I reckon. But for now, Johan Wissa is still a Brentford player. And he'll still be a Brentford player until he goes. So let's hope. I hope he gives it his all and stays here, really. That's good for us. But anyway, I'll move on. And the last thing I want to talk about, I'm not going to be on here too much longer, guys. It's a fairly quick one today for a change. But obviously I'm going to talk about this. Our match coming up this Saturday. Last pre-season friendly against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And yeah, I'm not obviously going to this now, but you know, it should be good. Maybe try and get it if I can, if it's free, I can find it, free stream, or just watch highlights. I'll give reaction and stuff and all that anyway to the game. But this is Ronan Murphy saying about he's a Bundesliga pundit. Expect goals from Gladbach clash. Brentford fans attending the pre-season friendly against Borussia Mönchengladbach can expect an open game and goals, explains Ronan Murphy, Bundesliga and European football pundit for Sony Sports Network. The Bundesliga side visit G-Tech Community Stadium it's Friday, not Saturday. I don't know why I thought it was Saturday, but anyway, on this Friday evening, 7:30 p.m. Kick-off BST. In what is the final fixture for the Bees before they begin their 25-26 Premier League campaign at Nottingham Forest. Murphy, a score draw seems likely. The Bundesliga side visit, gone through all that. This game rounds off Borussia Mönchengladbach's pre-season programme before they open the season with a DFB Pokal tie against Atlas Delmenhorst. How would you say the last month or so has gone for them? Gladbach have had a pot has. Sorry, I can't talk today. Sorry about that. I'll get my teeth in a minute. I've not had a drink, by the way. May drinking water. So, but anyway, I'll start again. Right, here we go. Gladbach have had a positive pre-season so far, starting with a 3-0 friendly win over Erzgebirge, or I don't know how these names are, to be honest, but before heading to Tegernsee for a training camp in the Bavarian Alps. Yeah. The scenery there is stunning, but their friendly showing against Metalist 1925 Kharkiv was less impressive as they lost 2-1. The one good thing that came from that match is in the mountains was a goal for Haris Tabakovic, a new signing from Hoffenheim, who the Foals hope will add some experience to their attack. Gerardo Sion used two entirely different 11s in the halves against Nuremberg last week, with each side winning their respective 45 minutes, 1-0 over the two Bundesliga side. Between 2011 and 12 and 2019-20, they were more often than not a top 6 Bundesliga club, but they have not finished above 10th since 2020-21. What do you think they need to do to get back there? Gladbach are traditionally one of Germany's best clubs, especially during the 1970s, where they were twice UEFA Cup champions and even reached the European Cup final where they lost to Liverpool and Kevin Keegan. More recently, their best period came in the 2010s when they had impressive players like Marco Reus and Granit Xhaka. Warren, Granit Xhaka and Luca there. Granit Xhaka, yeah. He's back at Sunderland. Yeah. Back with Sunderland now. Right. More from Warren there. Are you going, Steve? No, I'm not, mate. I'm not actually now. No, I'm not going there. I decided not to now. But anyway, should be good. I'll try and do a reaction thing, watch highlights and everything, I suppose. Warren there again. Is he an expert pundit or YouTuber? Well, this guy is apparently an expert pundit. He's obviously Bundesliga expert. So he is a real one, apparently. Or wannabe YouTuber. Yeah, no, he's not. He's not that. Luca, big up to you, bro. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I know you are, mate. Thanks. How are you? Yeah, I'm cool. Cool, mate. Warren again. Not being played. It's not being played near to Mount Wank, is it, Steve? Well, no, it seems like it's here, mate. It's at the GTEC. Is it, Steve? And it's not a wind up. There is a mountain in Bavaria called Mount Wank. I know, yeah. Yeah, I know about it, mate. Yeah. 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 I think that's where Arteta came from, wasn't it? But yeah, it's yeah, I know all about it, but it's at the GTEC, mate. Anyway, so so we're not playing there, but yeah, I'll carry on. Now they find it harder than ever to keep star names, a bit like us then, like these at the club, especially when they unearth goal-scoring attackers like Alassane Player or Marcus Thuram. Yeah. Gladbach do not have the finances to compete with the top teams in their own league. I suppose you could say that with us then as well. And definitely not with teams from Europe's other big leagues. They have to try to sign players smartly or get players. It's just like us. See? Smartly or get players on loan and have only spent more than 10 million euros on a player since 2020. So yeah, kind of like us, really, when you think about it. Similar to us, but German, obviously. What have you made of their transfer business today? Tabakovic was signed on loan from Hoffenheim, and the 31-year-old has done well in pre-season so far. But more is expected from Japanese attacker Shuto Machino, who joined from Holstein Kiel. Though Kiel were relegated last season, Machino scored 11 Bundesliga goals and should give Gladbach double figures again this season. Jens Kastrup looks an extremely shrewd addition, coming in from the second division in Germany, and at 22 is seen as one of the country's rising stars in midfield, having played for the national side from under 16 to under 21 level. Which player should Brentford fans be keeping an eye on? Rocco Reitz played the second half of the 2-0 win over Nuremberg, having missed the start of pre-season due to international commitments. The midfielder was a part of Germany's team for the European Under-21 Championships, even starting the final against England. Oh, yeah. I remember him now. Yeah, I do know him. He has already trained with the Germany senior squad and will be looking to win his first full cap in the next 12 months. He looks good. He looks a good player, to be honest. A disciplined midfielder, the 23-year-old will be crucial to Gladbach's success domestically this season, as he can be relied upon to start and stop attacks. What should Keith Andrews' side expect from Die Fohlen in terms of shape and style? Gladbach have been playing 4-2-3-1 in pre-season, carrying over this approach from last season where they finished 10th in the Bundesliga. Tim Kleindienst is still recovering from injury, so could miss out again, with new signing Tabakovic expected to start as the lone striker. Gladbach's opponents so far in pre-season would have been seen as lesser opposition. So the Foles have largely looked to control the ball and counter-attack quickly, using their wide attackers to cross into Tabakovic. Zion has been trying to play a high line in the friendlies, but reverted to a lower block in the second half against Nuremberg, and could end up doing the same against Brentford. Machino could be used out wide rather than through the middle, and will look to impress his new teammates and head coach. What's your score prediction? Sion has been trying to improve Gladbach's performance out of possession and when winning the ball back, so this could lead to a more open game with goals for both sides. A score draw seems likely as both teams look to test out their players and build fitness before the new Premier League and Bundesliga season. So, yeah, that's that. And there it is there. Brentford versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. 7:30 this Friday at the GTEC Community Stadium. So, yeah, could be decent. Could be a few goals, actually. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be a tougher one for us. I mean, so far, we played Gil Vicente, who are sort of partners of us, Portuguese, obviously, and another lower league team, I think, in Portugal. And, of course, we were due with them 1-1. So, yeah, still a good draw. It's still not a defeat. And we played well in that, I thought. Could have had more goals. Then we played QPR, beat them 1-0. Obviously, championship team, QPR. Only beat them 1-0, but we could probably had more there as well, possibly. And now we've got Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's going to be our toughest game here of these friendlies, I would say. So I don't know what the score will be. I mean, I think we'll play possibly the similar team to what we've already played in both friendlies. You know, start off with a really strong team in the first half and maybe change it in the second. And I think, you know, we're going to have a lot of the players that come back and started well and fit. Rico Henry, Aaron Hickey, a lot of the others, Nathan Collins, of course, captain, Nathan Collins, Quiven Kelleher, Coyote, in the midfield, have Jensen, probably, Damsgaard, Lewis Potter, Tiago, Gardy. You know, it'd be similar to what we've been playing. Maybe Wissa will get a go, hopefully. I'm sure he'll be here for that. So he might get a few minutes in that. Maybe might not start, might just be a substitute. But I think he'll get a few minutes, maybe. I think you'll win comfortably, minimum 2-0. Yeah, possibly, I'd agree. But then again, I think Russia will be a tougher one here. I think it's going to be we could be found out a little bit in defence, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to go close one, though. Well, I'm going to go 2-1, the Bees. I think it will be fairly tight. I think our defence is looking fairly tight, though. Decent at the moment. So, we do concede it, just be one, I hope. So, yeah, I'm going 2-1. Obviously, I will. Sorry, guys, excuse me a minute. Throat's blocked. Sorry, apologies, guys. Dodgy throat at the moment. Sorry about that. But yeah, I will obviously do reaction to it all. We'll look at the highlights, obviously, probably. Be on YouTube. Yeah, be up to you, Oris. Afternoon, Mr. B. Yeah, be up to you. Be up to you, bro. Very happy getting Sesko, I should think. Looks like that's happened. So, yeah, happy United fan there again. But anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna. I still think 2-1 to the Bees. But I mean, it doesn't matter for me. It's about the match fitness, getting players ready. Pardon me, getting players ready for the start of the new season. These friendlies I can't even say it. Inconsequential. I can't say it. I'm drunk. I think I've had it today, guys. My head's gone. No, but I will say it in the simple terms. I don't give a shit about friendlies. That's what I was meant to say. I don't give a fuck about friendlies. But no, no. I think they're yeah. I think they're nothing. Just practice games. So easy, and they're just little kick around and not proper. Proper games as such. Although some people will say that they've been in that summer series, likes of United, Everton, Bournemouth, or whatever, will probably say it's been good for them. It seems like a serious competition, and they got a lot out of it. So for me, it's just getting players fitter, players ready for the new season. For me, that's it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce. Got other things to do. Obviously, get something to eat and things like that. Anyway, guys, but thanks for watching. Live or on playback. People in the live chat. Luca, Warren, Orist, and all that. Thanks again, guys. And keep watching. Keep smashing the likes. Please sub to Mr. B Hyper Football Chat. Sorry, sub to Mr. B Hyper Football Chat. Mr. B Chats England Cricket. And follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182. Follow me there and all that. Sorry, guys, I'm just a bit, my head's gone a bit today. I don't know what it is. It's probably all this shit again with the bees, with Wissa and everything. So, wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed it. Not been really at my best with it today, but I've done okay. So, until the next one, obviously, will probably be a buzz one, which will be tomorrow. Going to do a special one, predictions, where teams will finish. Not an expert, and we'll have somebody with me. Well, we'll have somebody with me who's in the live chat here, Warren, on Steam talking about it. We're not experts, are we, mate? But, you know, some people think they are, and they think they know where these teams are finished and what they're going to do. They think the B's going to go down, this and that. So, what do they know? And we don't know either. So, we're just going to give our predictions what we think, not based on anything. So watch out for that one tomorrow. I think it's going to be around 2:00. Be the Buzz special, of course, prediction stream. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go, and till the next one, I'm out of here. Cheers, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for your support. And now on 160 subs, by the way. Keep it going. Cheers, guys. Thanks, everyone. Bye.